Point number 4. While the first world workers have something to lose, second, more specifically, third world workers have virtually nothing to lose most of the time. Like, even if you take, like, the point, like, living standards are improving globally, neolibs will say, like, see, global extreme poverty is being reduced, capitalism works. You're going from living on $2 a day to $3 a day. Woo! You're going from $3 a day to $5 a day. Woo! Incredible gains, incredible progress, right? Capitalism does pull hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. If you ignore how the IMF twists and contorts poverty statistics to mask and hide the poverty and show that outside of certain select countries like China and India, it really hasn't gotten that much better. In some areas, it's actually gotten worse, like in sub-Saharan Africa. But I digress. The point is that capitalist psychology is not as entrenched in the third world. People are losing fingers working factories. They're going to work much younger. They're working 12, 14-hour insane shifts doing this extremely labor-intensive outsourced manual laborer, making computer parts and growing coffee and manufacturing goods, light industry goods, consumer goods, high-tech consumer goods. What are some good examples? The textile industry, like in Bangladesh, and they're working 12-hour days, 6 days a week, 13, 14-hour days, 15-hour days sometimes, doing labor-intensive manufacturing work, working ungodly hours, and out of all those hours that they're working, they're statistically only getting paid 50 to 60% of what their wages ought to be in order for them to actually cover the cost of having a roof over their head and putting food on the table. Yeah, they're paid starvation wages, and they get worked to death in factories. So they're slanted to die sooner, die younger. They're slanted to have to provide their whole family on a measly like pennies an hour paycheck. So they've got nothing to lose. Let's say capital enters crisis in these countries. You know, it's not like in the first world, capital enters crisis. No, there goes my mortgage and my 401k and my finances. No, my automobile payments. No, my job, my good paying job, my comfy life. No, fuck this. I want to keep capitalism going. More preferably, I want to do a fascism and go back to when the world made sense. That's what the middle class will trend towards. Fascism. Because that's when the world made sense. That's when there was social cohesion of some sort, and when, the straight, white, red-blooded, cisgendered, Christian, heterosexual male was on top. I mean, they don't give a fuck that everybody else were treated like second-class citizens, but they were on top, and that's all that mattered. And they had their good-paying jobs. They could work, make comfy money, come home, chastise their wife and ask her why she hasn't made him a sandwich yet, tell that bitch to get back in the motherfucking kitchen. And no, but those good old days are gone. Now things are changing. So while the middle class trends towards fascism and reaction, first world workers, I mean, not first world, but the deep sections of the proletariat in the first world, and if you go to the even deeper sections of the proletariat in the third world, they trend towards left populism, they trend towards socialism, they trend in our direction, they trend towards communism. They are much more receptive to radical socialist rhetoric as a result, because, I mean, what's going to happen if capitalism in Bangladesh fails? I'm a young woman in Bangladesh. I work 75 hours a week. Capitalism fails. All right. What's going to happen? I'm going to lose my non-existent 401k. I'm going to lose my non-existent health care. I'm going to go from working a fuckload of hours, getting paid total shit, to having all the free time in the world. And all that's going to happen is I'm going to go from making next to nothing to making nothing at all. Yeah. Oh, that's such a massive drawback. I'm saying that because people have a lot less invested in the system in the third world, they are substantially more likely to rebel against it. So that's my point. Now for the last point.